Welcome to the Expert Workshop Series. I think my puppy might be under the camera moving it, so if it does move, I apologize, and I like that, and I apologize so much for being late. My laptop froze, which is the joys of tech, but thank you if you're joining us. Say hi to us in the comments, and hey, awesome Wood Things, good to see you on here. Oh, I see a ton of people. Oh, thank you, Paul, for letting people know that we were running late. I hope that you're having a great time, but welcome to the Expert Workshop Series of the 21-Day Content Habit Challenge hosted by Capsho and Ecamm. Keep saying hi to us. And I know there's a little bit of a lag in the comments as well, but keep them coming anyway. Okay, so who here is doing the 21-Day Content Habit Challenge with us? Can you put like a hands up emoji in the chat or a me? It does kick off next week, July 15. So if you haven't yet signed up for it, then get it now. What are you even waiting for? Okay, we're going to leave the link in the comments to do that. It's just at 21daycontenthabit.com. And as part of this challenge, you'll also get an extended free trial of both Capsho and Ecamm Live. So seriously, what are you even waiting for? It's a complete no-brainer. Now, just very quickly, my name is Deidre Shen. I am the CEO and co-founder of Capsho, which is an AI-powered content marketing software. So with one upload of your audio or video file, we help you create a first draft of all of the content marketing assets, I kid you not, that you will need to get yourself discovered and to actually get more leads with your content. Now, the one thing that we are doing as part of this challenge is showcasing some expert conversations. That's what we're here to do today. We're going to have experts teach on a variety of topics, from how to get your podcast found to going viral on Instagram, filling your DMs with conversations that convert, seriously, a whole host of topics. So we will have that whole schedule to you out over the next 24 to 48 hours. You will have all of that in your hands, so you know exactly what the workshops are. Because with this, what we want to do with this challenge is we want you to be creating consistent content, right? 21 days, we're going to be doing it. We're going to be publishing one piece of content every day. Now, and that's important because we want to get that visibility. But importantly, hopefully all of us on here, we're entrepreneurs of some sort. We also know how important getting leads and more clients are, right? Like, it's not just about posting content. I mean, that's a great place to start, and we need to be consistent with that. But then when we want to level up, it is about how do we actually now create content that gets us more leads and more clients. And this whole challenge, it is going to help you with that. It is designed to help you with that. Okay, so who's ready Bonner, we have someone in the comments who needs a bit of help with Capsho, so we'll help you out there. Okay, so who's ready to meet our special guest? I am so excited to introduce you to Katie Brinkley because she is honestly my personal go-to for all things social media. Wow. Okay. Who loves going live? This is, I now had to restart my computer twice. So sorry about that. Hopefully you're hanging with us. I can see that I'm a little bit laggy. So I'm just going to let me know in the comments if you're here. This is, you guys, this is the live experience, right? This is it. Okay, so I was introducing you to Katie Brinkley, who is, as I said, my absolute go-to for all things social media. Okay, cool. We're back. Awesome. Thanks for confirming, Paul. Okay, so hopefully that was the last time that it will happen. Okay. Now, her 4-post social media strategy, which she is going to be taking us through, because this is all about how we can post less, because we didn't think that it was possible, right? How in the world can we post less and yet grow more? That is exactly what Katie is going to be taking us through. And her 4-post social media strategy was so effective in helping us massively increase our engagement and our leads from social media that what we did was we actually built her strategy inside of Capsho. because we are so invested in you getting results from social media too. And this is the strategy that we're actually going to be implementing throughout this challenge because it is so simple and yet so effective in getting you engagement and, importantly, more leads and clients from social media, which is why there's actually no one better to talk to you about how to post less yet grow more on social media than Katie Brinkley. So without further ado, let's say hi to Katie. I'm going to bring her up on here. And Katie is, let's just wait for my screen. Oh, yeah. Okay, I was like, man, that was a lag. Katie Brinkley from Next Step Social Communications. Welcome, Katie.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
Thanks so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, we finally got you on there. Yes.
Better late than never, right?
Right. Seriously, what is happening with all of the tech things? Okay, well, welcome to the 21-day content habit challenge. How are you?
I am doing awesome. I'm so excited to be a part of this challenge. And, Deidre, you and I have said before that I feel like we're business soulmates because we're all about trying to work effectively to have the biggest results. And that's what CapShow does. That's what the 4-post strategy does. So really, this has been like the perfect opportunity to really work hand in hand with both of our philosophies. So thanks for having me be a part of this.
Yeah, and let me ask you, what are you most excited about this challenge? Apart from this live, of course. This live is pretty up there.
I'm really honestly, I'm excited for people to learn how to be more effective and with their time, because time as a business owner is our biggest hurdle. We have all these things to do. We're creating content. We're trying to do this. We're trying to do that. And we're trying to run a business here. And not everybody started their podcast, their live show, their lives, whatever it is, just to be creating content all the time. They're using it as that marketing tool. And this challenge is going to help them learn how to get in, get out, and be effective with their marketing strategy.
Yes, so good. Now, I am equally excited about that, but what I'm almost more excited about is that you have agreed to give away copies of your amazing book, The Social Shift. All right, so I'm going to put up, this is for everyone who is doing the challenge with us. These are the prizes that you could win, right? So in fact, we're going to give one away in this live. So hang with us, and we have a couple more to give away throughout the challenge when we play things like Triple Bingo or when you earn badges for completing your tasks. Okay, and so for those people who want their first badge, you can't see it because you can only see it when you get it, when you win your badge. All you have to do is grab your extended free trials of CapShow and Ecamm if you have not already. If you need the info on how to do that, let us know in the comments. Maybe drop a hashtag, either CapShow trial or Ecamm trial, whichever one you need, and we'll let you know exactly where to go and how to redeem your extended free trial. Okay, so we're going to give away one of Katie's books. Not right now, not exactly right now, but it does require some audience participation. So if you're on here, let us know by putting a hashtag content doodle do. Who here knows about content doodle do? Put a hashtag content doodle do in the comments. Okay, just type it out, hashtag content doodle do. We're going to pick one lucky person that Katie's going to play something for so that you can win this book that, I kid you not, is going to change the way that you show up on social media. It will change your business. So keep letting us know that you're here by putting in a hashtag content doodle do in the comments. And while you do that, Katie, I want to ask you to share just one nugget, one thing that if someone had to leave this live right now and couldn't watch the rest of it, exactly. Why would you even? But let's just say they did. What is one thing that they could take away and implement straight away and get results?
You can take one piece of content and repurpose it 4 different ways to have people reach your end goal. You don't need to be creating a ton of content and thinking of new things every time you post. Creating one long form piece of content and then repurposing it 4 different ways on the platform will give you better results.
I mean, let's do it. All right. This is okay. You're hearing it from an absolute social media guru. I'm going to be taking notes myself. Okay. So who's excited to be learning about how to post less and grow more on social media, right? Who feels like they're posting all the time, but kind of feel like they're just shouting into the void with little engagement and absolutely no results, right? Can you put a me in the comments if you're finding that? Because today and in this challenge, seriously, this is all going to change for you. Katie's going to step us through the exact strategy to get engagement, build our following, and have our audience taking action. Does that sound good? Do we all want some of that? All right. Okay, so we'll get back into it straight after this.
With Ecamm, you can produce your podcast, whether you're solo or you have guests. You can live stream to multiple places at once. You can create dope short videos for social. You can add some boom to your Zoom calls, and you can create course videos and host presentations. So you want to level up your video game across the board? Join the Ecamm fam. We're waiting for you.
All right. So I know that a lot of people on here are already part of the Ecamm fam, but if you are not using Ecamm, you've got to get on it. We're using it right now, and let me tell you, it has been an absolute game changer with how I think about content creation and how easy it's made it for me to do things like this. Just go live and have something that feels amazingly produced. And so you can get that extended free trial of Ecamm and Capshow by joining us in the 21-day content habit challenge. So you can register for free, 21daycontenthabit.com. All right, Katie, are you ready to get into it? Are you?
I'm not on the screen, but now I am. Well, I want to say too, before we even get started with that, it's Capshow and Ecamm. This is like the perfect marriage of like two companies coming together to up level people's content. I'm really excited that one, that you guys partnered on this, and that I'm included in it, because it's like, just looking at this live, I feel like I'm actually on TV, like on a game show. It has like all the cool graphics and backgrounds. There's the ticker at the bottom, so it's
cool.
Definitely up levels for sure.
100%. Thanks for saying that. The Ecamm, I mean, I think everyone is part of the Ecamm fam for a reason, because Ecamm are just amazing. The whole team are amazing. Just their people are amazing. It's been such a privilege to work with them. So thank you for throwing that in, Katie. All right, so. I want to go through the first of your two posts. So we called it the 4-post social media strategy. First of all, Katie, can you just give us a little bit of an overview as to the purpose of the 4-post social media strategy? And then I want to just talk about the first 2 posts and then we'll get into that. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. And I think that, so I have a social media agency. There's 8 of us here. We do done for you social media for our clients and podcast production. But even though I have an agency, I don't want to be on social media posting all the time. And what I've learned over the past 2 decades of being in the social media space, of helping businesses with their social media, is that we've gotten into this routine of just creating content to create content, and it's all become white noise. And what I learned is that there's a lot of different platforms out there. They all have their own culture. They all have different ways to post, of creating content. And yes, there's tools out there where you can cross-post and just share it across all of the platforms, but that's really not giving your content the justice that it deserves. You have to be willing to create content a variety of ways so that it does the best on that specific platform. And that's where the 4-post strategy came in. And I looked at all of the data, saw what was working on these different specific platforms, and said, what if I took my podcast, Rocky Mountain Marketing, which Deidre has been a guest on multiple times. You should listen to her episodes. But what if I took these podcasts and used them as the content to get people to the end goal? Whether the end goal is to watch the live stream, to listen to the podcast, or to work with me, or to buy the book, whatever my end goal is, how can I use the podcast to generate captions on social media that are going to get people to raise their hand and say, hey, that's me, instead of just hoping that a post will get seen by the right amount of people. And this is where the 4-post strategy came in, is taking that one piece of long form content and repurposing it specifically for these platforms to get the most bang for your buck.
I love it. I'm the biggest fan, obviously, of the 4-post social media strategy. You know that, Katie. And so I want to start to go through it. I want people to walk away from this going, oh my gosh, it is so possible. It is so possible to know and to actually do the thing, to actually use social media to get us those leads, get us more clients. So can we go into this 4 posts? I want us to step through the first 2, and then we're going to do something a little bit fun, and then we're going to get into the last 2. Sound good?
Amazing. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So the first 2 posts, and this is where I want people to think about, where are you posting your content on social media? Are you just checking a box? And so you can stop. And Deidre, when we worked together, that was one of, I feel like it was really liberating for you to say, like, yeah, I'm on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn. And I was like, okay, well, where are you actually seeing results? And we were able to eliminate a channel based off of, you're like, yeah, actually, I don't get very much results there. I don't enjoy being on the app, but I was on it just because I thought I had to be. So this is your permission slip to stop posting on all of the social media platforms and look at 1 or 2 that you are actually seeing results from and that you're actually enjoying spending time on. And so when you have those 2, you can then take it and post only for those platforms. The first post that you're going to do is the awareness post. So making people aware of the topic that you are going to be talking about for that week. So whether it's maybe this content challenge that we're talking about, which I promoted on my channels, I was taking people through the customer journey. And this is where you make that one idea of, okay, this is what I'm going to be talking about, making people problem aware. So a bold statement on Facebook, a poll over on LinkedIn, maybe it's a reel on Instagram, using the ways that you're getting the most reach on these different platforms to then get your message out there and make people problem aware. Should I keep going, Dee?
Yes. No, sorry.
Okay.
I meant no, because I want to really dig into this first post. I really want people to understand how important this is, because this is the post that I know we've spoken about this, Katie, where it really kickstarts the algorithm, because this post is the reason why you mentioned, hey, do a bold statement on Facebook, do a poll on LinkedIn, do a reel on Instagram, is because those are it's kind of both ways, right? On one side, they're the ones that get the most engagement right now on those platforms, which means that it kickstarts the social media algorithm on those platforms. So can you talk a little bit more about, how that works?
Yeah, so I mean, like a reel on Instagram right now, at the time of this live stream, who knows what tomorrow will bring, reels are the best way to get reach to a new audience. So you're getting your message out there, not only in your ideal, your followers feeds, but also getting seen by people that the algorithm is just trying to push you out to. And so this is, again, using the awareness posts is your Kickstarter into all these different platforms, algorithms. On LinkedIn, the polls, that's a very easy way for people to engage with your content. And once people start engaging, the way the LinkedIn algorithm is built, it's just like, 2014 Facebook. Anyone that engages with it, it then pushes it out into their audience's feed. So again, getting more reach. And this is where, again, you can't just do one type of post all the time, because then your audience is going to be tired of it. So starting your post every week, or every time you're switching gears of the 4-post strategy, this is a great way to kickstart the algorithm and get the right people engaging with your content, so that the rest of the content you push out, the algorithm has already said, hey, they liked this recently. I'm going to show them Katie Brinkley's next post.
Yes, I love that. And I just want to, for people who don't know and you've maybe not used Capture before, so Katie, I'm just going to steal the spotlight a little bit here and show people how we've actually built this inside of Capture. So inside of Capture, you will be able to actually access, we have all of the 4 types of posts, and the awareness post, for example, to it. I've got all the tabs open. Let me close these things. Okay, so you can actually go into the awareness post. And now I know that you mentioned, Katie, that a bold statement, like an unpopular opinion, is what works on Facebook. And this is what Capsho actually helps you create. It helps you create 5 options. You're given 5 options of a bold statement, which is like an unpopular opinion, which, by the way, doesn't have to be your opinion, because remember, we want to create polarization. This is why this works, right? Katie, do you want to talk a little bit about that, about how these kind of polarizing statements actually work, so like how they work so well on Facebook?
Yeah, and it's if you want to go to my Facebook, you can go to my Facebook page right now. It's facebook.com/I am Katie Brinkley. Open it in another tab. Stay here. Don't leave the live stream. But the post, the bold statement that I said this week was long form content like YouTube and podcasts are becoming irrelevant because of short form video. Agree or disagree? I didn't say I believed that, but if you see, there's a ton of comments on it because it's a bold statement. A lot of people disagree with it. I also disagree with it, but it had people talking. A lot of people just came to the comment section and said, I'm just here for the comments, or I'm following this thread. And that's what you want to have. So people came to, again, just engage with the post. And from there, my next post, which this is kind of a nice segue, or should I wait? Deidre? Oh. I could keep going. So the next post is an elaboration post, which is a long form piece of content. And again, I'm not saying that you need to go and write a whole new blog. If you're a podcaster, a YouTuber, a live streamer, you already have your long form content. And there's great tools like Capsho that you can just drop it in there and you can get that long form piece of content where you can then elaborate on the thing that you made people problem aware of. So on LinkedIn, I did a LinkedIn article. On Facebook, I did a long caption. On Instagram, maybe you do a carousel post. Again, elaborating on the topic that you made people problem aware of.
Holy smokes. Okay, yes.
I don't know if you're there. You're not answering.
I know. I was like, there's so many things happening on my screen. I'm like trying to find. Okay, no, we're good. We're back. Okay, cool. So that was the the elaboration post that you went through. Okay, so and again, we actually I actually really, and I don't know for anyone else, but I actually feel like this is the easiest for us because as a community, it feels so easy to just give, right? To just give value. And that's really what this is about. It's like, hey, let's just think about how we can best serve our audience with our content. And that's exactly what this post is about.
Yeah, and it's giving you the opportunity to create that thought leadership. Like, okay, I made you problem aware about this, but then this is why you can trust me. I know the answers to this. Let me elaborate on this and show that you can trust me. I am that thought leader that you can trust with the problem that you're currently facing.
Yes, awesome. And I've showed you a bit of a sneak peek of the fact that Capsho does create those awareness posts. It also creates your elaboration or tip posts, your LinkedIn newsletters, the longer form posts for Facebook, and it does that for you as well, which I love. Okay, Katie, we are everyone in the chat, can you just tell us, like, how are you feeling about the first 2 of the 4 posts? Like, are you feeling like this is pretty doable? Are you understanding how almost the customer journey and the psychology of it works and how it's kickstarting the algorithm so that you're getting that visibility and the engagement on social media? Can you just put in the chat, like, tell us, like, Katie is awesome. give us some thumbs up, some love in the chat, because she actually is. Like, this strategy is gold. And can you actually see yourself getting these results, right? Like getting that absolute boost in engagement. Because I didn't. Before I met Katie, my social media was pretty crickets. I'm not going to lie about that. And then I started implementing, and it's been a game changer. So thank you, Katie. Now, before we go into the last 2 types of posts, I promised that we would be giving a copy of Katie's book away. So, yes, the social shift. Okay, so we're going to choose someone. I'm just going to randomly go through the comments, the content doodle do. Oh, and I stopped on Christopher Maselli. All right, Christopher. So, that's a very Aussie way of saying it. It's Christopher. Christopher. We're going to be playing, well, Katie's going to be playing for you. All right. So, what's going to happen? This is what's going to happen. I'm going to ask Katie some really, really hard, really hard content doodle do related questions. And if she gets them all correct, then Christopher, you're going to get a copy of the social shift sent out to you. All right. So did you brush up on your content doodle do trivia, Katie? How are you feeling about it?
I'm nervous.
Okay, so because you should be. I'm not going to lie. You are the only thing standing in the way of Christopher and this book. It's you.
That's not pressure.
Okay, and you know, Katie. I don't know if this ever happened when you were in high school, but I remember when I was getting really nervous for an exam. People would just be like, you know what? If all else fails, just go for C. Just so. In multiple choice, it was like, just pick C, okay, if all else fails. So that's going to be a hint. All right, so we're going to get into it. Are you ready for question number 1?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. What's a proper term for a group of roosters? Is it A, a brood? Is it B, a rumpus? Or C, a cockade?
C?
C? You're locking that in?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And it's C. It is a cockade. You are correct, Kate. Ben, you are killing this. Okay, we only have 2 questions left. So, just wipe the sweat off. All right. Maybe hydrate a little bit. Yeah. Okay, we've got this. All right. Question number 2. Which of these is not a recognized breed of rooster? Is it A, the silkie? Is it B, the leghorn? Or is it C, doodle crow?
C.
C, doodle crow. I mean, I feel like that's a very legit type of breed, but you are right. It is C. Doodle crow is not a recognized breed. All right. Question number 3. This is the last one. Remember that, this is the question. If you do not get this right, Christopher is going to be like, where's my book, Katie? All right. So last question. All right. What does Content Doodle do to celebrate a successful content publication? Is it A, he crows the first paragraph to the neighborhood? Is it B, he adds another feather to his success tale? Or is it C, he does a victory dance called the Content Cha-Cha?
C?
C, the Content Cha-Cha? You are right. Oh my gosh. All right, Christopher, you have a copy of Katie's book coming your way, and you can thank her. Yeah, she's sweating right now. That was so good.
I was like, thank goodness I got the clue of C, because I was not going to get any of those right. No.
All right. Well, congratulations, Christopher. All right. So, if you've been watching this and thinking, what in the world is Content Doodle Do, Deidre? Then where have you been? You've clearly been living under a rock. You've been missing out, all right? Content Doodle Do is your assistant and your content wake-up call throughout this entire challenge. He's going to tell you about what's happening each week and keep you on track to win badges and prizes. So if you have not registered for the challenge, then don't forget to sign up. Sorry, if you've already registered, I should say, if you've already registered for the challenge, don't forget to sign up for Content Doodle Do. And if you need help with that, let us know in the comments. Just say, I don't know, need help with Content Doodle Do in the comments, and the team is going to help you with that. Okay, now I cannot wait, Katie, for you to do to round out this strategy. We've got 2 more posts to go to. So just to recap, do you want to do a quick recap of post number 1, post number 2, and then take us into post number 3?
Yes. Well, I mean, I guess to answer in the chat, does this seem doable? As that's different than what you're doing now, because what I feel like we've all gotten into just this content hamster wheel of creating content. I need to push out something. And, it's just kind of honestly it's become lousy content. No offense. Well, maybe, yeah, take offense to it. Start making better content. And how can you do that? Well, it's by doing the 4-post strategy and making content that people actually want to engage with. So first post is an awareness post. It's different for each platform. So depending on which platform you're on, it's going to be a different type of post. So first post is awareness. And then the second post is elaboration. So again, that longer form piece of content where you can educate people. Maybe it's a Facebook Live, maybe it's a LinkedIn article, maybe it's an Instagram carousel post, but that long form piece of content that shows people that you have an answer to their problem that you made them problem aware of with your awareness post.
Amazing. All right. We want to now get into our favorite type of post. Katie, do you want to explain it?
Yes. And it should be your favorite type of post. I mean, honestly, the first post, the awareness post, should take you 3 minutes or less, honestly, because it requires minimal effort. And especially now with Capsho Next Gen, I mean, it's really easy to create the content, but 3 minutes or less for the first post. The second post, the elaboration post, that one probably is going to take you the longest. The third post is going to be your favorite piece of posting for the week, your favorite piece of social media for the week. It's the one where you get to showcase the you in your business. I mean, remember when social media first came out, guys? Like, we were posting on each other's walls. Like, things have changed a lot in the world of social media. And this is where you allow yourself to put you or a client success story in the spotlight. How have you overcome this problem? How did you work with this client to help them solve the problem that you've made people aware of? So this is where you can showcase you in your social media, and it's in the community post.
Yes. This was the one, I know, Katie, I'm not going to lie, I was very intimidated by this particular post because I'm like, oh, wow, I'm going to have to like dig deep and, try to find something interesting about myself to share about. But then the more that you do it, actually, it's kind of cool. Like it is actually the most fun because you do get to kind of, share about things that you probably wouldn't usually share on a sort of a business page, because you are talking about, maybe it's things that are happening in your life. Maybe it's about your kids. Maybe it's about, can you give us some examples of even the types of posts that you've created here?
Yeah. So like a great example, Deidre, you were on my podcast and we were talking about Capsho and what type of a tool it was. And what I did was, for this set of posts, the first post I did was I asked people how much time they're spending with their social media, like on LinkedIn. And then the elaboration post was about how I started using different software and AI to streamline my workflow and how it gave me 5 hours a week back just from my podcast production. And then the third post, the community post, was a picture of me and my daughter. And I said how Capsho allowed me to become my daughter's softball coach. And it's like, wait, what? Well, I was spending, every Wednesday was when my quick cast was coming out, and I was spending time creating the content on it and editing it and doing this and doing that. And I didn't have time to go home, reset, recharge, and, show up for my kids. And so by showcasing me and my daughter, I allowed, people to see like, oh, well, look, Katie has a kid. Now they can connect with me. Katie's daughter plays softball. My daughter plays softball. Now they can connect with me. And I told them a story about how I overcame the same problem that they were facing. They're having a hard time with time management. Well, there's an AI tool that helped me with my time management and allowed me to have this success of being my daughter's softball coach. So it might be a different success story that obviously, unless you want to become, you're your daughter's softball coach too. But I mean, this is where you can share a little bit, a peek behind the curtain into your life and still make people connect with you on a whole different level with social media. And now they're going to trust you because you face the same problems that they're facing. They have a new way of connecting with you.
It is so, so powerful. This is actually what, when you can actually talk to your audience in this way, this is actually the thing that connects deeply. This is what actually makes them raving loyal fans, right? Like, it's this kind of stuff. So I love I love that. And I will show people, if you keep hanging with us, I'm going to ask Katie to get into the fourth post, which gets to be the money. I'm going to call it the money post, Katie. But so Katie's going to go into that. But then I'm going to actually show you how easily Capsho helps you create each of these 4 posts, so that when we go into the challenge next week, when we say, hey, now it's time to create your community post, it's time to create your awareness post, you'll know exactly where to go, what to do, why you're doing it, and you can literally just publish. You can publish every day, because we want to create a habit. I think Paul said this in the chat. We want to use this challenge to create the habit. And then if life gets in the way, at least you know what to do, like where to go back. And, you can space it out a little bit more if you need to. But we want to get used to how to actually post it every day, publish something every day, and then get results. Like, that's what this challenge is all about. Yeah. Sorry, Katie.
No, and I think that it's a different way of doing social media, but it's a more, I was going to say, like, strategy way of doing social media. What you're 100%. Doing on social media is going to be used as social media is now going to be a marketing tool for you.
Yes.
And it's going to be generating engagement, community, sales, all of that. So it's a different way of thinking about social media. And once you understand the concept of it, you're really going to enjoy being on it again, because you're seeing results, and you're seeing your bank account grow.
Which is the best thing. That we all want that, right? And I see Mary Lou's joined us. She did an amazing demo video Capsho herself. So thanks, Mary Lou. Thanks for joining us. Okay, cool. Katie, let's get into, it's not officially called the money post. It's actually called the action post. But can you tell us a little bit about, what the action post is and how we actually got there from even the beginning? Because this was something that you actually taught us as well, was like, how do you actually be more strategic about almost thinking about the end result that you want your audience to do, and getting and stepping them through to that, to get to that place?
Yeah, the action post. I mean, if you notice, we have not told anybody about the podcast or YouTube channel, stream, or anything right now. We've only been talking to our audience and giving them value. Now we can actually tell them that there's a way to either learn more by listening to the show, or there's a way to sign up for the next workshop. You're actually doing a workshop all on this topic on, July 17th, whatever. Now you can tell people, well, hey, all those problems that you had, I have a solution for you. And the action post is going to, again, take people through the journey that they've been on all week with the other 3 posts. And then you have the right people raising their hands, ready to take action and leave social media. If you think about it, nobody opens up, their YouTube or Instagram, to buy something. If you're on Instagram, you're not going there to listen to a podcast. You're on Instagram to kill time. So how can you get people to leave social media to go to a website, to go listen to your show? And it's by getting the right people that you've piqued their interest throughout the whole week. And then you're able to then again, get them to raise their hand and leave social media to go one step further with you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. Can you hear me now? I was on mute.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
I can hear you. There you are. Now I can't hear you. Now you're muted.
Okay. All right. Can you hear me now? All right, cool. Can you just step us through an example of those of a 4 posts that you've done all the way from awareness, kind of like what was the theme and how do you think about the topic that everything from the topic and premise of that week into that action? Because I want people to hear how Katie sort of strings this together, because I know that a lot of us who we either have a live stream, as Katie said, or a podcast or a YouTube video, we're so used to wanting to promote that thing, right? It's like, go listen to, I just dropped episode, go listen to it. Or I just went live about this thing, go watch it. But what I love about the 4-post social media strategy is that you can actually use the content of what it is that you created, whether that's a podcast, the YouTube video, the live stream, but actually direct them to another call to action. So I want you to talk about how that kind of comes together because, and this is why I call the action post a money post. We actually want to be, if possible, driving people to somewhere where we can more closely convert them, right? Like that makes sense. Like,
Well, I mean, because you're getting the right people to convert. Like that, this is where a lot of people are like, well, wouldn't you want to try and sell in all of the posts? And but at the same time, if you're always selling, people are going to start tuning you out. Now you have the right people that are watching, engaging, and raising their hand. So even if you only have 6 people raise their hand, hey, that's 6 sales. That's 6 of the right people. Instead of just hoping, I'm just going to throw this out there and maybe someone will see it and click on it. And I don't know if this is even what they want. It allows you to really showcase yourself as being that go-to person for your online community.
Yes, I love that. And we have some questions coming in. Okay, does the promotion for that item end after the 4-post strategy? Oh, so I'm assuming item or whatever we're promoting.
Oh, I thought you were going to keep talking, Dee. Yes, like I always kind of then move it on to the next one. I mean, if you're posting, this is where I only post 3 to 4 times a week. That's all that I have the capacity for. And so every single time I post, I then kind of, after the 4th post, I move into something else. But I have some scheduled posts that are going to go out that are still going to be talking about, the 21-day challenge here, because the rest of the weekend posting more than my typical 4 posts, because I know that, okay, well, no offense, Dee, but like on weekends, I don't normally post. So if I post on Friday, Saturday, Sunday about this, and then start a whole new set of posts to go out on Monday, I can have a different topic and a different end goal for my audience. So I'm doing 3 additional posts for the 21-day challenge here on my quote unquote off days to, again, try and get more people to attend this amazing challenge. So you can post more, and you can post kind of like your wild cards. But this strategy, like if you keep with this strategy, it's going to allow you to have that consistency with your audience. And consistency, like just like having a podcast, like consistency is what moves the needle.
Yes, 100%, which is why we're doing this challenge, right? Another question, do you have some minutes to hang with us still, Katie? Some minutes, some time?
Yes. Awesome. And I saw someone say too that they were trying to get the planner. If you go to katiebrinkley.com/shop, you can get the book and the planner there.
Yes.
We're in the middle of rebuilding our website, so there's some pages that are like, go to katiebrinkley.com/shop if you want to get the planner.
Yeah, for sure. I think we all know the joys of trying to rebuild a website. We're in the middle of that ourselves too, Katie. So if there are pages missing, there's a reason why. All right, cool. What platforms would you say this strategy works best on?
So this is a great strategy for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can use it on any platform, but I mean, like TikTok is a different beast. Like it is definitely more is better. Short form video is a different way of creating content. What I've been seeing really well over on TikTok is that for promoting a podcast is actually a carousel post. So there's different ways to create content on all these platforms, but the 4-post strategy definitely works best on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Kind of the OGs.
Yes, awesome. Okay, I'm going to show a little bit more about how Capsho actually brings Katie's strategy to life. If you have any questions for Katie, keep please dropping them in the chat in the comments.
Deidre, I don't know if you're talking, but I can't hear you.
Oops, yep, I am muted once again. Yes, sorry about that. Okay, so what I was saying was if you're in and you're playing around, you will be able to see all the types of different awareness posts. As Katie mentioned, that on LinkedIn, for example, polls work really well. So inside of Capshow, if you go to find the LinkedIn awareness post, you will see that it creates a poll. I think it does 3 examples of polls for you, and you can just choose one and put that up. And it's amazing. So I want to go into the others though that you've been talking about in this live. So the tip post, and I'm just going to focus on Facebook for now, but this is kind of the longer form post where it gives the value, right? This is what we were talking about. And anything that you wanted to add to this, Katie, around how to, when people are editing inside of Capshow, what to really make sure that they hone in on?
Well, one of the things with, and I don't know how familiar the audience is with this next gen of Capshow, but every time that you upload content to it, it's learning your voice, it's learning your style. And so what I've been doing with next gen is I've actually been editing some of the posts in here and just tweaking some of the words, tweaking some of the way things are done. And then I save it, you mark as complete.
Yep.
And it's going to continue learning like, oh, well, Katie actually wants to have the elaboration post be even longer. So, because I added a couple additional paragraphs. So it's going to continue learning. It's an incredible, it's blown my mind, honestly, because this is exactly what we do for our clients every day is this 4-post strategy. And when you're looking at your awareness post, like I said, the poll or the unpopular opinion, like I said, but the Facebook post from this Tuesday or whatever, or Monday, it's already Friday, holy cow, that I did was one of the outputs from Capshow based on the
so cool.
our podcast that we did together.
Yes.
And so, I mean, like and it got a ton of engagement. Honestly, it's not something that I probably wouldn't have pulled out from the interview that we did, but Capshow was like, well, this is something that will generate engagement and will help you get more reach. And so it works. Like I wanted to do it this week and use exactly Capshow Next Gen and Deidre's interview to just showcase that, look, this is exactly what Capshow put out for me, and it's getting the results.
Yeah, I love that. And so if anyone wants to see real life examples of what Katie's talking about, go and follow Katie. Like that makes the most sense. And have a look at the posts that she's putting out there. And thank you, Katie, for mentioning that, because obviously we're good friends on Facebook. I couldn't tell that what you put on there was something that Capshow generated. Like that's actually how smart Capshow's become. And the fact that it is all self-learning. So every time, you guys, just to recap, if you make edits inside of the editor, hit that mark as complete button, because that tells Capshow that content is now ready for it to learn from. So we'll learn your tone of voice, it'll learn your structure, it'll learn how you like to write. Okay, so that's the tip post. Now, the community post, this is one that Capshow cannot write for you, okay? Because again, if you remember what the community post is, it's all about your experiences, it's all about your stories, it's about your personal life or case studies or other things happening inside of your community, which it cannot do, right? AI can only do so much. So what it does do is it gives you ideas of what you could write about. So I don't know, Katie, if you wanted to kind of lean into anything here.
Yeah, it's great because it's giving you ideas, and it's allowing you to say like, okay, well, here's the idea for you to tell your story, and no one's going to know your life experiences, your client success stories better than you. So it's just helping you hopefully get those ideas generated. And AI is amazing, but don't let it replace you entirely. No. And this is where you can still put the you into your social media. And trust me, these are going to be your favorite posts to do every week, because this is what social media was intended for, is building that community and building those connections. And Capshow is just kind of giving you here's some ideas. Go for it.
Yes. So good. Okay, question on community post. Rule of thumb for the length of the community post.
Mini skirt rule. Short enough to keep it interesting, but long enough to cover everything.
That is so good. Oh my gosh. It's been a long time since I've heard that. You brought all the memories flooding back. Wow. Okay. So that's a good way to remember the rule. If nothing else, what did Katie say? Mini skirt rule. Awesome. Okay. And then the action post, we'll just quickly go into that. But so what you'll find here is that when you go through the upload process inside of Capshow, it will actually ask you, what topic do you want Capshow to focus on? What premise, which is kind of like your take, right, on the topic that you want Capshow to focus on, and what is the call to action that you want to drive them to? And as we said, it doesn't have to be back to the episode. It can be to a webinar or a masterclass or another lead magnet. And what Capshow does is it will bring all of that together, and in the action post it'll be like, comment below for this. I actually did put it to the episode, but it could be for the link to the webinar or the masterclass, because it will actually know how to join those pieces together, that customer journey, and lead people from that initial awareness, thought-provoking, like, bam, in your face, come and engage on this post to action, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and I think that this is where a lot of content creators, especially podcasters, sorry, I just saw Doc Rock's comment there. This is where a lot of content creators think that, okay, I have to send people back to the episode. And it's again, a mindset shift of, well, yeah, you created this long form content, but how can you actually take people to do business with you? If you have an offer in your podcast, then take them to the podcast. But if you're trying, again, Dee, your episode with me was great. I hope everyone goes and listens to it. But really what I want people to do is sign up for this 21-day challenge. And so that's what I'm having them. That's their end goal. I'm using our podcast conversation to help me create the content. If you want to listen to the episode, great. But I really want you to sign up for this 21-day challenge. So that's going to be my call to action.
Yes, I love that. Holy moly. Okay, I feel like you have just dropped so many nuggets and good stuff. Like, this strategy just works, everyone. It just works. And so what we're going to be doing, and Doc and Jenny on Monday is going to kick us off with a bit of Monday motivation. They'll tell you the theme for the week. But just so you know, how it's going to be set up is like, hey, we're going to use Ecamm on Monday because we're going to record our content. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is all about, let's publish the one piece of content from Capshow. So let's publish the awareness post on Tuesday. Let's publish the tip post on Wednesday. Wait, did I say on Tuesday? Wednesday, yep. Let's publish the elaboration or the community post on Thursday, and let's publish the action post on Friday. And you guys, as you do it, share with us in the group, and also feel free to tag Katie, okay? Because this is kind of like, how much pride and joy do you feel, Katie, in seeing people implement your strategy?
Oh man, it's the best. Like, it's because I hope that they're like, social media makes sense to them and they've gotten a lot of their time back. Really, because I know that so many people struggle with social. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to post. And I thought I should do this and I don't want to post. And it's like super stressful. And now you're really just talking about something 4 different ways to help them make that buying decision.
Yeah, it is so good. So yes, be sure if you've registered for the challenge, which, I mean, come on, you guys. If you're just what are you doing? Register for the challenge and come and join the Facebook group, because all of the fun is happening inside of the Facebook group. As I said, we're going to have a ton of prizes. We're going to be playing some triple bingo. We're going to be playing. We have badges that you can work towards. A ton of fun. And myself, Katie's in the group. The whole team, the whole Ecamm fam, everyone is in the group. So come and join in the fun there. So you'll get, once you register, you'll actually get the link to the group. And don't forget to sign up for your free trials, your extended free trials of both Capshow and Ecamm. Wow, I feel like we've blitzed through a lot, but importantly, we've like really honed in on the content that you can now just focus on creating, and get rid of the overwhelm. Get rid of like, I should be doing these things, and just focus on implementing this 4-post strategy. And you guys, you will just see how well it works and the results that you're going to get. I'm so excited for each and every one of us doing this.
Well, there's one more question, and it's a great question in here. Do you drop the podcast, for instance, at the same time as the last post or right at the start? I'm always a week behind. And the reason for it, and you do you, with whatever you want to, however you want to build out your strategy. If you're, batching your content, you can still, batch out your strategy so that it comes out when, your podcast comes out when you're doing this. But I do mine. So Dee's episode came out last week, and I'm just now talking about it. The reason for this is, one, to give it a second boost of listenership, but 2, I have 2 episodes that people can then listen to right after Deidre's episode is done, and it'll autoplay. So after my guest interviews, which are around 30 minutes long, I have a short episode for my podcast. They're around 10 minutes, and it's a solo episode. So hopefully I'm able to get people to listen to Deidre's episode, and then, they're still driving. They got 10 more minutes. They can listen to this episode. Or maybe, and now they're still not there, so they can listen to the next episode. So again, that's what I do.
That is so good. All right, we should all do that. Doc is also saying that they do a week behind. So I think there's definitely a trend here for sure. So I actually, we do the same thing now that I think about it. We do a week behind. So that is probably the easiest way. So thanks for asking that question, Christopher. Doc, he is ready to go. He's raring to go. So yeah, why wait? Why wait till Monday? Do some warm-up posts today, get in there and just start implementing. That's awesome. I love how pumped you are, Doc, and everyone else on here. I hope you're as pumped. Give me a hashtag pumped if you are as pumped and you're ready to get going. All right. So I think we have all of the reminders. Just to recap, register if you haven't already, 21daycontenthabit.com. Join the Facebook group, sign up for your Ecamm and Capture extended free trials, because you're going to need them to do the challenge, because we have a ton of games, a ton of prizes, a ton of we're going to spotlight different people as they're creating their content. It is going to be so much fun. So come and join the fun in the group for this 21-day content habit challenge. All right. Thank you so much, Katie. This has been such a pleasure to have you back on and have this conversation again. It never gets old every time I have it with you.
I know, it's always so much fun. You're, like I said, my business soulmate, all about being more efficient and more effective with our time.
Yes. So good. All right. Yes. Christopher, he's excited to try Capture and get this done. Yes. Amazing. Let's do it. Okay, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And we will see you on Monday. That is the first live that Doc and Jenny are going to be doing for the challenge, to kick off the challenge. So look out for the schedule, which is going to hit your inboxes in the group, DMs, through Content Doodle Doo, right? They're going to hit you in all places so that you are kept up to date with exactly what's happening throughout the challenge. So thank you once again, and we'll see you next week. Bye.